Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and today we're back with another video doing acrylic toes. So the very first thing you want to do when you're doing acrylic toes is to remove all the shine off the natural nails, which I already did off camera. And then now I'm going to use my Young Nails protein bond, and you're going to apply this to the nail 2 times. But before you do that, I use my Young Nail swipe to clean off the nails and dehydrate it. The color I'm using is Speed White from Young Nails. When doing acrylic toes, you want to make sure you're working with drier beads. You don't need super big beads. You want to just be able to control the bead. So what I do is I would add 2 or 3 drops of acetone into my monomer, so that way my acrylic is not so runny. And that way I have full control of the bead. You see how I'm able to move the bead where I want it to go, pat it down, and already start shaping it to the sides where I'm making a square shape. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to have full control of the acrylic. You do not want the acrylic to be moving all over the place and sliding down the client toenail. Doing acrylic toes is very similar to doing an acrylic set on hands, but you just have to make sure you do not flood the cuticle area and you work with drier and smaller beads. Yeah, don't be like me. Please use toe separators. It's gonna be a lot easier, but I always forget to put the toe separators on the client. I don't know why I always forget, but I need to start remembering to do that. But when you're doing acrylic toes, you want to make sure you have a square shape. Well, for me, that's how I like my acrylic toes, and that's the way I do it. I want to make sure I have the perfect square, even shape. So when I'm laying the acrylic, I'm already making sure I mold out the square shape and clean underneath the toenail. Cleaning underneath the toenail is going to be very important because you want to make sure your client is able to clean under her toenails if she goes and get a pedicure, and as it grow out, she can still, clean under her toenails. Okay, so you see how I'm pulling the acrylic down? I'm pulling it so that way I can have a nice length. You do not want the acrylic toenails to be too short when you're applying the acrylic, because when you're filing and drilling, of course they're going to get shorter. So you want to be able to file and drill something. You don't want it to be super short and it looks like, okay, why did she even pay for acrylic toes when it's the same length of her real nail? And don't be in the comments talking about, oh, those acrylic toes are too long, or they gonna rip the sheets and do all this extra stuff. I don't know why people feel like they could just leave their opinion in your comment section like you're not gonna clap back at them. No, I'm gonna clap back at you. That's me though. Like, if you comment something negative, I'm gonna say what I feel and tell you something negative back. Like, people be thinking, oh, you a business owner, you're not supposed to talk back to people, or you're not supposed to be rude. No, they shouldn't be in my comments being rude to me. You start with me, I'm gonna start right back. You start, I finish, period. Call me what you want to call me, but if you decide to leave a comment in my comment section on my page and be trying to be like an internet bully, I'm gonna go back and forth with you, and I'm gonna be the one with the last comment. Like, I'm gonna be the one that tells you off. Like, don't come in my comments like that. And then it be people that don't do nails, 1, 2, people that don't even know what they're talking about, or it be a man in a woman's comments trying to tell a girl what she could wear and what she can't wear. Like, I really don't understand people. If you don't have nothing nice to say, keep it pushing. Don't say nothing at all. Your mama ain't teach you that. And I get it. We all do not have the same opinion on something. And I feel like if you want to tell somebody how you feel about something in the comments, like if you feel the need to say, okay, I don't like this, but I'm going to comment on her comment section, say it in a nice way. You don't have to bash the person or make the person feel like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. Because I know what I'm doing. And I'm going to keep on doing it. And I'm going to keep on posting. Like, that's not going to stop me. And it be people that do not have a YouTube channel or a TikTok or don't have nothing to do with their life or not even their own business. You work in a 9-to-5 and you feel like you can sit here and bash somebody that's working their ass off. Like, no. I'm not going to let you do that. Like, me personally, my business, when it comes to my business, Kassyklassynailz, I'm going to run my business the way I'm going to run it. And if you feel like you want to put a comment and it's unprofessional for her to be back and forth with people in the comments, then keep it pushing. Go on to the next nail tech. Do not come on my page. I be seeing people on my timeline that, yeah, maybe I do not like their work, or maybe this was ugly, or this is but I'm not going to sit there and tell them, oh, this ugly, you need to take it down, or try to be some troll or some internet bully. That's just me. I'm not like that. I'm going to keep on scrolling. So if you don't like something that you see on somebody's page, take your big ass thumb and keep on scrolling and go on to the next video. You do not have to stay on that person's page. You don't have to put your comment and your 2 cents in when that person that posts that video worked hard on making that video. Like, I don't know why the internet feel like they could sit there and tell people their opinion. Like, this is this person's business. I didn't ask you for your opinion. I know they say haters gonna hate. Yes, haters gonna hate. But you don't have to go and put hateful comments under people's stuff. Like, you look like a bully. And if you want to be a bully, I'm going to tell you off. But that's me. And I'm not going to say it in a nice way because you ain't come on my page being nice. I'm going to tell you how I feel. So y'all tell me if this makes sense. The other day, I had a girl come on my TikTok video. And she was like, oh, I've been following you for a while, but you do nice work. But you should never let this client pick this ugly design. You should never even let her. You should never even post this video. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you didn't pay for the nails. This not your hand. And why would I tell somebody who want to step out their comfort zone and do something different to their nails, don't do it to their nails because other people are not going to like it? Girl, what? That don't even make sense. If my client come to me with a design that they would like to try, and I know how to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to knock it down and be like, oh, this is ugly. Everybody's taste buds are different. We all don't like the same food. We do not all like to wear the same clothes. We don't like the same shoes. We don't like the same designs. Everybody likes stuff different. But you don't have to sit there and comment on somebody's page and tell them, oh, why did you even let your client do this? Girl, because they paid me. Like, what? To sit here and go on and on about trolls on the internet and how I be going back and forth with them. But anyways, the bit that I'm using is from Amazon. It's a cuticle bit. It comes with like 5 different size bits, and it's on my Amazon storefront. This bit right here is really going to help you seal the cuticle around the sides and take any of that extra acrylic that has fallen to the side walls. So this is going to be a really good bit to get if you're doing acrylic toes. Okay, so when you're drilling the acrylic down, you want to make sure you're drilling it down very thin so the acrylic doesn't look very bulky, and still clean the side walls and make sure you have a square shape. You want to get underneath the toenail so that way you can get all that acrylic that's stuck underneath it. I know you can't really see right here, but what I'm doing is making sure the free edge is straight and very square, and underneath the nail is very thin. This part is optional, but I do like to go in with my sanding bit to make sure I smooth the entire toenails out, and that is still very thin and no acrylic is stuck underneath. So I do take my time to go around and make sure everything is very smooth before I go in with the top coat. The very last thing I'm going to do before I clean the toenails is I will shape the toenails into a very square shape using my 80/80 grit nail file, which I do get these off Amazon. And I feel like these are perfect because they're small and it's really easy to use when you're doing acrylic toes. I'm just gonna sand out the big toe a little bit more, just to thin it out a little bit more and make sure it's very smooth. And before I add my top coat, or before I'm done with my design or anything I'm doing, I always double check and make sure all my nails look even, the shape is smooth. So if you have to go back, that is the time you go back and do it before it's too late. So before you leave your client, always double check at your work. Look at your work, make sure they're perfect before you go on to your very last step, which is adding the top coat and sitting them off. Now I'm going to take my manicure brush and use Young Nail Swipe just to take the dust off the nails. And you can also use alcohol to do this if you don't have Young Nail Swipe. Now I am all done. This is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment. Bye.